That was a powerful, powerful lesson, teaching us how to live with one to another. Um, I learned I learned a lot. I pray that we all learned a lot today. Uh, Going forward with our Sabbath school, we're going to hear a mission story from Brother Melvin.
Happy Sabbath, church.
Happy Sabbath.
The title for the mission story this week is Street Preacher. Peter, Peter often wondered about God's plan for his life. When he was a child, his parents, both primary school teachers and Christians, taught him about God and how to pray as a teenager. However, his friends influenced him to do things that led him away from God. Later, when Peter was an adult, he lived alone on the coast. He began questioning God about why he had led him there. For 7 months, he repeatedly prayed, "What is your plan for my life?" One Friday, Peter decided to fast as well as pray. Instead of relying on food that day, he focused entirely on seeking God. He longed for a clear response. Around sunset, he saw 3 young men walking down the street. He felt a voice whisper to his heart, urging him to approach them. He obeyed, and he obeyed the prompting and introduced himself to them. "We are street preachers," one of the men said. Peter learned their names were Thomas, George, and Junior. They were evangelists who felt led to share the gospel in the coastal towns. Peter watched them preach daily, on the street, at the market, wherever they could find an audience. On Saturday night, Peter again asked God to reveal his plan. He fell asleep with his Bible on his chest and envisioned an angel taking his hand and opening the book to Matthew 10. When Peter woke up, he turned to Matthew 10 and read about the amazing things Jesus did through his disciples once they decided to follow him. Peter didn't just read it once, he read it again and again. Then he heard the same small, quiet voice say, "This is my plan for you." Incredulous, Peter fell on his knees and cried, "Who am I, God, that you would call me?" He thanked God for his clear answer. Like the disciples in Matthew 10, he knew he was being called to follow Jesus and preach from town to town as a street evangelist. Soon after, Peter was baptized, supported the 3 preachers in their mission. He traveled with them, carried their bags, and preached beside them in the streets. A year later, Peter attended a 2-month training course, during which he learned how to share the beliefs of the Seventh-day Adventist Church as a layperson for the Southwest Papua Mission. One of the first assignments took him to a remote village in the rainforest, which took him 3 days to reach on foot. He walked through heavy rain, slept in the bush, and survived on biscuits. In the thick of the rainforest, he arrived at a small Adventist church. A middle-aged woman who had been ministering to the congregation told him they had no pastor. The church had been operating for 25 years and had long prayed for one. She asked Peter whether he would help. Peter agreed and served as a volunteer leader for 1 year. While ministering there, he continued praying about God's next step in his life. He had the impression that it was time to attend a ministry school. Peter returned home one Friday evening to find a church member waiting for